Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell from dexfxcopy.com, and today is February 9th, 2018, and this is your daily update. If you're wondering why I sound so chipper and awesome this morning, because I do feel awesome. This has been a great week with all the bots sort of starting to come together. Even though there's been craziness in the market, validity sometimes only comes creeping in the middle of the night, right? When things start to really work well. Now, as you know, we have been working on the bot structures and working on all the systems. Let me show you what the Max Prime has been up to now with its 5th day of consecutive positive runs. We're very, very excited looking at these margins. Now, before you get too uppity on the fact of trying to put a whole bunch of money in and start, let's go live, start making some money, I want you to just to entertain the idea that over the next week or two, maybe, okay, if we're, because listen, we're just getting into this range, we're just getting into this bug, right? Now we know what happens, right? This is what the market equity curve should look like. We want to make sure as we're going up, maybe off of the next bout, we start to look at maybe start going to that point of going live. If you're entertaining the idea, I want you to keep in also mind that you have to, when you first start out at a multiplier of 1. Do not think that you're going to multiply a whole bunch of stuff off right at the beginning, because Murphy's Law will step right in and give us a little downturn, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. I don't want you to come in on a losing streak. I want you to come in when we are doing well and we have the consistent validity of the system working to our benefit, okay? Remember, you lose money, I lose money, okay? So my advice is to let's stretch this. We have almost a month's worth of data. This is the 23rd, this is the 9th. I'm saying let's wait another maybe a week, maybe even 2, okay, to keep testing in demo. Don't worry, for all you folks that are really trying to push profit margin, I can completely understand. Don't worry, I understand you like you wouldn't believe. I want to run in and throw my $25,000 account in there and do a multiplier of 10. I know it's so tempting. But please, please, please keep in mind, even with these good margins that we're looking at right now, these kind of numbers, these are lifetime numbers. These are numbers that will make your life. The reason why, okay, and you may not think that's a lot of money. It's like, well, that's only $3.91. No, folks. Yesterday, we put in a total of 295 pips. Just yesterday. 295 pips. Now, that may have only yielded at the micro lot level $2.95. But what was it at the mini lot level? Okay, $29. Still, doesn't seem like a lot of money. Okay? But what was it at the standard lot? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I was wrong. It was 295 pips, and at a micro level, that's $29.05. Sorry. Oh boy. There we go. See? Did it right now. All right. So at the standard lot, that was 295, or at the mini lot, mini lot, it's $295. At a standard lot, it's $2,950. Do you understand? That was for a day. For some of you, that's your goal for a month. For some of you, you've lost that in a day. Okay? If you look at these numbers, that would have been $3,800 for this week on a standard lot. Now, you would have been killing yourself here too, looking at, oh, well, I would have lost a lot of money here, but then you would have gained a lot of money back. And then we would have gotten above our equity curve for the week. You see? So, and even in these times right here with the Max Prime, yeah, you're looking at a downtrend, but there was some no bueno stuff that was happening behind the scenes. We were cutting out assets, we were sharpening up the assets tool. And I haven't even begun to add one of our last little things in here that's going to really, really super take our equity even higher. if we would have had it on. Now, a couple of things I want you to look at. One, drawdown. Beautiful. I have never, ever seen a drawdown beautiful as this. Never, ever, ever. It was even in a factor yesterday that the equity, because usually when you get a good equity system happening, drawdown will make your stuff look like a little bit of a fish belly here, right? Your equity will drop lower because pairs will go on until they make their money. And this is what a lot of people's systems look like, right? Not ours. Ours, you can't even tell. Why? Because the equity and the drawdown stay pretty much the same. Because what happens is that we don't get a bunch of Hail Mary plays with no stop losses. Okay? We don't get a bunch of open-ended trades that run for a month until they come back to equity. I made the wrong decision. I don't want to pull it off because I don't want to make my numbers look bad. Right? That's exactly right. We don't float trades. We're real traders. We're here to make money. And we try to make it within the day. If we can't, we maybe a day or two. We don't try to keep stuff over the weekends. That's why our drawdown is so low. Now, at 0.69%, how much is that? It's not very much at all. On a $2,500 account, let me get my calculator up. $2,500 times 0.69% is only $17.25. So I now want you to think about this. If you have a $1,000 account, $500 account is just going to hurt you. If you stay at that level of the 0.01% or 0.01 micro or the micro line, then you should be okay. So you're not going to need a lot of balance to put in there. But also keep in mind that it's going to take you longer to balance up. Okay? We'll talk about that here in a minute. So yesterday, today, we're doing really good. Hey, listen, folks, I can show you how to make a very good living at 20 pips a day with a proper balance in there. 20 pips a day. Do you see what we're averaging out right now? Let's go down and have a look at some of the numbers. Rival over these numbers, folks. You should be on these sheets every day. You should be looking at these things every day. You may not want to sit in front of your computer all day and trade, but you better be ready to money manage. You understand me? You better be able to money manage, because if you don't do it right, you're going to screw yourself. And I'll put out some good training on this here soon. Okay, let's look at the best trade. Best trade, $10.39. Holy crap, that's awesome. Worst trade, $5. Why do you love this? Because it's an R value of 1 to 2. You understand? Which means that you can have a really low success rate and still be killing it. But look at our success rates. They jumped up from yesterday. They were down really low. They were 40, 50%, but we're still way in the positive. But they jumped up today. Let's look at some of our big money makers. The Dex Grinch. Grinch is a big one. Contributed a lot to our system. As a whole, the Dex Grinch is operating above equity. Not by much, but by enough. Our summaries on this are pretty strong. We got some good run numbers in here. Euro JPY, really super strong. USD CAD, super strong. And the USD JPY, which just came back to numbers yesterday. So this one's going back on. We can also have a really good strong Euro USD long. But again, we don't make a lot per trade on these. We're only looking for 13 pips. If it goes in a negative 13 pips or in a positive 13 pips, it's ours. Okay? So there's not a lot of equity that happens with these. You see? So it doesn't take much for it to go up or to go down. And with the good ratio, we're always pretty much in the positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And today's still early. Okay? Only 9:15 in the morning. And I like to see that. The Odin still kind of bouncing around trying to figure its thing, but we got a couple of ones on there that really do good. Okay, I'm not really worried about its equity curve overall because I know it's only here for the show on a few things. One of them being the Euro Great Britain pound, sitting at 68%. Okay, so the Euro JPY is sitting at 80% success rate, but only has 10 pairs on. Really did good on the long and only missed a few on the short side, but when it did, it hit big. They lost big, so that's why the numbers were lower. Okay, these kind of numbers are account makers because you have 5 that goes into 118 22 times. Okay, that means that's 22 pips per trade that it can make, and that's really good. So we're going to be making out the long section and following that particular one. Okay, now the other thing too is that the Audi JPY, which is on our system to drive to our max prime from the Odin, does very well. You see it sitting at 83%. So that's one of the ones we use from on the system, and you can kind of see right now it's in there as well. All right, let's jump over and look at Vader. And again, Vader is still sitting and hovering within the mean of this process. We haven't dropped down below 1%. We haven't come up above 1%. So we're still sitting in this little area. And I'm not, and again, not too worried about it because it's very balanced. Okay, once it starts to really balance out over the next couple of weeks, it's only got another week to get to prime active, then we're looking pretty good. But the USD CAD, and what else was there? I think that was it. Just the USD CAD sitting on ours. The puppy's over there snoring away. Tough night. But look at this, 91%. Is that incredible? If I ran this bot for a lifetime, it only had that one to work with, am I happy? Oh, heck yeah, I'm happy. I'm majorly happy. Because this is sitting right around, what's that, about 17 pips per trade? This one's sitting really, really yummy. Sitting about 25 pips per trade. It's incredible. Just for the USD CAD. People would kill for this. Imagine those kind of numbers. It did 10 trades. It did 11 trades over a period of a month. That'd be about a trade a day. And if it did that, so how many? 248 pips over a month, so 20, so about 10, 15 pips a day. Just from this one. Remember, I told you I can show you to make a really good living at 20 pips a day. And this one just got 3/4 of it. Okay? If you got a good balance, you can make good money. Even if you don't have a good balance, you can make halfway good money and at least compound it to get to that point. Retirement money. Go buy an island money? Nah, maybe not right away, but overall, possibly. I'm not going to go into Simply Forex because we're not using anything, but I want to show you this. I want to show you Canon because Canon has something that's really, 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 really special for me. And it's something that is I'm loving so much. Because we fired this off on the 26th and it's only the 9th today, we still got about a week and a half, 2 weeks for this to prove itself to these numbers. But once it does, this is the one that is making me just love my job. The Great Britain Pound JPY, Great Britain Pound USD. Holy crap. These kind of numbers, if we had these just running on the system right now, just these two, that would have been a total of 615 pips in the last week. Or actually, it's more than that. 650. 45, 44, whatever. So 644 pips added to the strength of this. We would have broke almost 1,000 pips in a week. 200 pips a day. Holy crap. So if I told you you can make good money with 20 pips, imagine if you had 200 pips a day. Whew. Can't wait for that. All right. Well, I'll stop jammering on. Get you back to your day. Let's. Where'd it go? Let's get going. If there's any questions or any problems, we're going to be turning off the bot for Max Prime this evening, right before close, and then we'll reopen it again right before open. If there is any open trades, approaching the end of the market, once I can, if I can get it clear of trades, then what I will do is close it out. Okay, if it's really low in profit or if it's really low in loss, I'll cut it out. If it's on the Grinch, we can't lose more than $1.30, then I might keep it on to see if it'll rectify itself and the flip over. But I'll keep all that in mind. But if it's on something like the Odin or the Vader or something that can be long-termed and lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pips, I'll cut our losses or I'll take our scalp. Okay? Just to let you know on the Max Prime. For all you fast forwarders, you should be doing that as well, looking at your numbers. All right. I'm Max. This is dexfxcopy.com, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. There's a lot of great stuff that's coming next week. I hope you're paying attention. Things are going to start jumping now. Guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you soon. And as always, trade well.